friends, welcome to Winmin e-learning. இன்னைக்கு நம்ம 10th social scienceல lesson 9 ஓட part 3 line by line question video பார்க்கலாம். Question number 51. The legislative council members are elected by. The correct answer is option B, indirect election. Legislative council it serves as a indirectly elected upper house. This is a part of a bicameral legislature. இது permanent house ன்னு சொல்றதுனால it cannot be dissolved. Question number 52. The assertion is reasoning. Assertion: the state legislative council members' office term is 6 years. Reasoning: 1/4 of the member expire for every 3 years. The correct answer is option C. The statement is true but the reason is false. Every member of legislative council, அதாவது MLC அப்படிங்கிறவங்களோட ஆஃபீஸ் டர்ம் 6 year. இவங்க இதில் 1/3 of members they will be resigned for every 2 years. And new members will be selected. Question number 53. In which year the Legislative Council of Tamil Nadu was abolished by a bill? The correct answer is option C, 1986. Tamil Nadu Legislative Council it was abolished by an abolition bill passed in the year 1986. In the act 1st November 1986 it came into force. Question number 54. The Legislative Council members are elected by 1/3 of the members by Legislative Assembly, 1/3 of members by the local bodies, 1/10 of members by the graduate teachers, 1/6 by the governor nomination. The correct answer is option B. Statement 1, 2 and 4 only is correct. Legislative Council க்கு நடக்கிற எலெக்ஷனில் 1/3 of members local bodies elect பண்ணப்படுவாங்க. 1/12 of members they will be elected by the graduates of the universities in state, and 1/12 members will be elected by graduate teachers. 1/3 of the members will be elected by the members of legislative assembly. இதில் 1/6 members they will be nominated by the governor who are eminent person in the field of literary art, social service and cooperation. Question number 55. What does the article 188 in part 6 of the constitution contains? The correct answer is option C, oath or affirmation by members. Article 188 of Indian constitution it provides the oath or affirmation by the members. எல்லா legislative members-உம் assembly members-உம் legislative council members-உம் before taking the seat they make the oath or affirmation in front of the governor. அதோட purpose third schedule of Indian constitutionல குறிப்பிடப்பட்டிருக்கு. Question number 56. Who presides over the upper house of a state? The correct answer is option D, the chairman. Chairman தான் upper house ஓட presiding officer-ஆ இருக்காரு. இந்த members they elect the chairman and the deputy chairman from among themselves. Chairman ஓட absenceல the deputy chairman will officiate the functions of the legislative council. Question number 57. The article 187 in part 6 of the constitution provides a secretariat of the state legislature. Reasoning: each house of a state can have a separate secretarial staff. The correct answer is option A. Both the statement and the reason is true, and the reason is the correct explanation of the statement. Article 187 of Indian constitution padi there will be a secretariat for the state legislature. The house illana in the each of the house இருக்கிற அந்த ஸ்டேட்டில் they will have a separate secretarial staff. Suppose in case of a legislature of a state having ஒரு legislative council இருந்ததுன்னா this prevent the creation of common post to both houses of such legislature. Question number 58. In which of these ways the legislative council of a state can be abolished or created? The correct answer is option D, all the above. Article 169 padi the state assembly passes a resolution by a majority, அதாவது not less than 2/3 of members present ஆகி vote பண்ணியிருந்தாங்கன்னா the majority of total strength of the house they can request the parliament to create or abolish the state legislative council. அதுக்கப்புறம் the parliament by law they will provide either the abolition or the creation of legislative council. Question number 59. Assertion and reasoning. Assertionல the legislative power of a state assembly allows it to pass laws on all state list. Reasoningல the state legislative assemblies cannot pass laws on concurrent subjects. The correct answer is option C. The statement is true but the reason is false. State legislatorங்கிறது it can pass laws on the all subject which are mentioned in the state list as per the constitution. அதே போல this can also pass laws on concurrent subjects. ஆனால் concurrent subjects பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் ஸ்டேட் வந்து ஒரு லா கன்கரண்ட் சப்ஜெக்டில் மேக் பண்ணுச்சுன்னா அது எப்போ இன்னாபரேட்டிவ் ஆகும்னா when the center also passes a law on the same subject. Question number 60. Choose the correct statements regarding the financial power of the state legislative. Both the houses of state legislative enjoy equal power in financial matters. Money bills can be introduced in the legislative council for approval. No new tax can levied without the sanction of the assembly. The correct answer is option C. The statement 3 alone is correct. Legislature வந்து இதுதான் வந்து ஸ்டேட்டோட ஃபினான்ஸை கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ணுதுன்னு சொல்லலாம். லோயர் ஹவுஸ் வந்து அப்பர் ஹவுஸை விட நிறைய பவர்ஸ் வந்து மணி மேட்டர்ஸில் தே வில் ஹாவ் மோர் பவர். ஸோ மணி பில்ஸ் வந்து இட் கேன் பி இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் ஒன்லி இன் த லோயர் ஹவுஸ் ஆர் தி அசம்பிளி. புது டேக்ஸ் வந்து இட் கேனாட் பி லெவிட் without the sanction and the permission of the assembly or of the lower house. Question number 61. Which of these articles discuss the language usage in the state legislative? The correct answer is option A, Article 220. Article 210 படி Indian Constitution the languages which are used in the legislature. இது என்ன சொல்லுதுன்னா the business in the legislature of a state shall be transacted in the official language. இல்லைன்னா the language of a state or in Hindi or in English. Question number 62. Name the Governor General who passed the establishment of high courts in India before independence. The correct answer is option A, Lord Canning. Lord Canning ஓட டென்யூரில் தான் High Court of India வந்து Act 1861 was passed by the British Parliament. இதனால High Courts வந்து இந்தியன் காலனியில் எஸ்டாப்ளிஷ் பண்ணப்பட்டது. Question number 63. Assertion and reasoning. Assertionல the High Court is the highest level of jurisdiction in the state. Reasoning, the High Court is directed and controlled by the Supreme Court of India. The correct answer is option A. Both the statement and the reason is true and the reason correctly explains the statement A. High Court தான் ஸ்டேட் லெவலில் ஹையஸ்ட் கோர்ட்டாக இருக்குது. பட் த ஹை கோர்ட் இஸ் பீயிங் அ பார்ட் ஆஃப் இன்டகிரேட்டட் இந்தியன் ஜுடிஷியரி சிஸ்டம்ங்கிறனால தே ஒர்க் அண்டர் த சூப்பரண்டன்ஸ் டைரக்ஷன் அண்ட் கண்ட்ரோல் ஆஃப் தி சுப்ரீம் கோர்ட் ஆஃப் இந்தியா. Question number 64. By which amendment act one or more states can share a common high court? The correct answer is option C, 7th Amendment Act. Constitution of India வந்து it provides high court for each state. ஆனால் 7th Amendment Act படி அதாவது 1956ல it authorized a parliament to establish a common high court for 2 or more states. Question number 65. Which state has the smallest high court in India? The correct answer is option A, Sikkim. சிக்கிமோட ஹை கோர்ட் தான் ஸ்மாலஸ்ட் ஹை கோர்ட் இன் இந்தியா. இது எஸ்டாப்ளிஷ் பண்ணப்பட்ட இயர் 1975. Question number 66. Who decides the number of judges in the High Court? The correct answer is option A, the President. Number of judges of High Court வந்து it varies from state to state ன்னு சொல்லலாம். The number of judges for each High Court வந்து it will be determined by the President of India. Question number 67. Which of these High Courts were established by the British Parliament in the year 1862? The correct answer is option D, all the above. By the letter patent granted by Queen Victoria 26 June 1862 படி இந்தியாவில் 3 ஹை கோர்ட் எஸ்டாப்ளிஷ் பண்ணப்பட்டது. presidency towns of Bombay, Calcutta and Madras. Question number 68. According to the Article 217, the appointment and conditions of the is discussed in the Constitution. The correct answer is option C, the High Court judges. Article 217 of the Indian Constitution எது ப்ரொவைட் பண்ணதுன்னா High Court shall consist of a Chief Justice and such other justice as the President of India may from time to time deem it's necessary to appointment. அதாவது High Court judges and other judges ஓட அப்பாயின்மெண்ட்டை ஸ்பெசிஃபை பண்ணுறது Article 217 of Indian Constitution. Question number 69. By which of these articles the High Court judges can be transferred to another High Court? The correct answer is option B, Article 222. Article 222 of Part 6 of Indian Constitution. It states that the President may, after consulting with the Chief Justice of India, can transfer a judge from one High Court to another High Court. Question number 70. இது assertion and reasoning statement கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. Assertionல Article 32 in Part 5 empowers the Supreme Court to issue writs for enforcing the fundamental right of a citizen. Article 226 in Part 6 provides the issue of writs for the High Court of a state. The correct answer is option B. Both the statement and the reason is true, but the reason does not explain the statement. Article 226 of Indian Constitution என்ன சொல்லுதுன்னா, High Courts are given powers for issuing writs not only for enforcement of fundamental rights but also for other purpose. இப்படி எக்ஸசைஸ் பண்ண போன பவரில் court may issue the same type of writs, orders இல்லைனா directions which the Supreme Court is empowered to issue under Article 32. Question number 71. To whom does the mandamus is issued by the High Court of a state? The correct answer is option D, all the above. That is a subordinate court, a government officer or any institution. The writ of mandamus வந்து it is issued, it may be issued to ஒரு subordinate கோர்ட்டுக்கு கொடுக்கலாம், இல்லைனா ஒரு கவர்மெண்ட் ஆஃபீஸருக்கு கொடுக்கலாம், இல்லைனா ஒரு கார்பரேஷன் இல்லை ஒரு இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன் commanding the performance of certain acts or duties. Question number 72. Choose the correct statements regarding the superintendent's power of High Court. Article 227 of the Constitution confers on every High Court has the power to superintend over all courts under its jurisdiction. It may settle the fees payable to the clerks, officers and legal practitioners of the military courts too. The correct answer is option A. Statement 1 alone is correct. 227 article padi High Court has the power of superintending over all courts and tribunal functions in the territorial jurisdiction except military courts or tribunals. இதை தவிர மீதி எல்லா கோர்ட்ஸோட ஆக்டிவிட்டீஸையும் கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ணுறது ஹை கோர்ட் ஆஃப் தட் பர்டிகுலர் ஸ்டேட் அண்டர் ஆர்டிகல் 227. Question number 73. What does the Article 215 in Part 6 implies? The correct answer is option C. High Courts to be a court of record. High Courtல இருக்கிற எல்லா டெசிஷன்ஸும் டிக்ரீஸும் printed and kept as a record for the future reference by the court as well as by the lawyers if such need is arising. Thus, as per Article 215, இது வந்து High Court வந்து ஒரு court of record-ஆ செயல்படுகிறது. Question number 74. Assertion and reasoning. Assertionல the judicial review of High Court is provided in the Articles 226 and 227 of Constitution. Reasoningல the High Court can examine the constitutionality of the central government. The correct answer is option A. Both the statement and the reason is true and the reason correctly explains the statement. Judicial reviewங்கிறது ஒரு High Courtோட power to examine the constitutionality of legislative enactments and executive orders of both central and state governments. So, the judicial reviewங்கிறது nowhere be used in the Constitution. The provision of Article 226 and 227 வந்து இந்த judicial review ஓட பவரை வந்து on High Court வந்து explicitா declare பண்ணுது. Question number 75. Which of this Amendments Act restored the judicial review status of High Court? The correct answer is option B. 43rd Amendment Act. 42nd Amendment Act of 1976 வந்து judicial power of High Court declare பண்ணுச்சு. It debarred the High Court from considering the constitutional validity of any central law ன்னு சொன்னாங்க. So, the 43rd Amendment Act of 1977, it restored the original position. So, with this, we'll complete the whole line-by-line questions of Lesson 9. For more online study materials and online test packages, kindly visit the WinMean official website winmean.com and download the WinMean e-learning app from the Play Store. இதோட டீட்டெயில்ஸ் எல்லாமே இந்த டிஸ்கிரிப்ஷனில் கொடுத்துருக்கோம். உங்களோட டெஸ்ட் ப்ராக்டிசஸை நீங்கள் வந்து இந்த விண்மீன் இ லேர்னிங் ஆப் மூலயமா இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். தேங்க்யூ.